If you've just landed on this channel, this is where I do cycling videos, both inspirational and entertaining, and I do love a deep dive road bike review, which is what I'm going to do today. So if that sounds up your alley, consider subscribing below. In this video, I'm going to be talking to a limited edition, that's right, there's only 23 of these available, Curve Cycling, titanium with a little bit of carbon fibre, Belgie Air. Now, this bike right here is an iteration of the Belgie disc. So if you like what you hear and you see in this video, and Curve Cycling run out of their limited edition 23 Belgie Airs, check out the Belgie disc, and I'll link to the Curve Cycling website below in the video description area. I'm not going to lie to you, I was challenged in this review, but with challenges comes opportunities. And to provide a little bit more context, I've been road cycling now for about 10 years and reviewing bikes for a couple. And over the course, I've reviewed and ridden a lot of carbon fiber and aluminium road bikes, never before titanium. In fact, I've never even ridden a titanium road bike. So this was a real learning experience for me. And I started off by binge watching YouTube videos, typing in titanium road bikes. And I stumbled across quite an insightful character, Eldred Nims. He's a former US bicycle racer, and now he understands all things bikes. And he did quite a magnificent, review on titanium road bikes and comparing titanium to steel, aluminium, and carbon fiber. So this is what Eldred had to say.
I would say that titanium is probably number one. Titanium is lighter and stronger than steel. I would put steel at number 2. I would put aluminum at number 3 for durability. I would put carbon at the bottom.
Now, if you want to hear more from Eldred, I'll link to his full video below this one. But essentially, what I've learned from listening to Eldred and doing some research and now writing this thing for a number of weeks is titanium feels like a different thing. And what I mean by that is I recently sold my carbon fiber road bike and changed to an aluminium road bike, and to me aluminium felt like a heavier and slightly more uncomfortable version of carbon fiber. Whereas riding titanium, it doesn't feel like a version of either carbon fiber or aluminium. It feels like it's its own breed, a unique breed that requires time to fully appreciate what this thing has to offer. So what I want to do in this review is break it down into 3 parts. First of all, let's talk about the Belgie Air. What's going on here on this road bike? Second of all, I wanted to talk about the riding experience of the Belgie Air and titanium. And because this is considered to be an all-round sort of road bike, I wanted to make some comparisons to another all-round road bike that I recently test rode, which is the Specialized Tarmac. And lastly, I wanted to finish off this review with sort of learning and sharing a little bit about what I've discovered with Curve Cycling, what sits behind the brand. So number 1, the Belgie Air, this bike right here. Now the Belgie was named after and designed for the infamous Belgie Ride, which is a multi-surface smash fest over the cobbles, tracks and grassy knolls of Melbourne. The Belgie's aggressive race geometry paired with a slightly longer chainstay offer cobbled compliance, enhanced rock skipping traction, and shitloads of speed according to Curve. I really like that statement, it's very robust. So this is really an all-round bike. You can race with it, you can adventure with it, you can smash the gravel with it, you can cruise to the coffee shops with your mates on it. It really is an everything machine. But I'd have to say, geometry-wise, they say it's aggressive. I would say it's more of an in-betweener. And if I make comparisons to, say, the Tarmac S-Works SL6, if you talk about the head tube here and the stack from here to here up to here, which enables the rider to get either more aggressive or a bit more relaxed, you've got about 10 to 15 mil more on the Belgie Air. So the rider can get a bit more relaxed. And the wheelbase from here to here on the Belgie is quite a fair bit longer at 1,003 mil versus the Tarmac at 978 mil. This means you'll get less aggressiveness out of the saddle, especially on a short punchy climb, versus say the Tarmac's geometry, but you'll get more stability and nice sweeping turning capacity on the Belgie Air. The bike, if you can't already tell, is a blend of titanium, carbon fiber here, here and here, And the unique carbon seat post has been bonded using a Bastion methodology. So Curve have partnered with Bastion for this road bike, and it makes this bike over the Belgie disc about 150 grams lighter. Not only because carbon is a lighter material, but this seat tube right here has alleviated the need for a seat post, and this seat topper right here is where you adjust the seat height. So in addition to it being about 150 grams lighter than the Belgie disc, it's also about 10 to 15% more stiffer according to Curve Cycling. The forks are carbon and made by Curve, but the handlebars, which really integrate nicely with this setup, are produced by an Italian company called Urus. Componentry wise, we've got some Shimano Di2, you just can't go wrong with that stuff, and some Curve Cycling wheels. In fact, Curve Cycling started their journey as a wheel builder, so I'll link to their wheels in the below description. But these are actually some prototype wheels, so not available to the market. But one thing that I did want to point out with these wheels is I do love the sound of the hubs. Have a listen to this. Colour schemes are pretty much an open book thanks to Curve Cycling's partnership with Bikes by Steve. And in the weight of this bike, I took this down to my local bike shop and we weighed the complete bike 54 centimetre and it was 7.87 kilograms. So this complete bike right here is about $14,000 and the frame on the Belgie Air is $6,999. Now, if I compare that to its companion, the Belgie disc, that comes in at $3,699 for the frame set. So the Belgie Air over the Belgie disc, it's over $3,000 more in price, but you've obviously got this part right here, which makes it lighter and stiffer. It's a partnership with two brands, so Curve Cycling and Bastion, and there's only 23, so it's limited edition. So what's this bike like to ride? Now, I did get a little bit distracted by a comment from Steve when I picked up this bike.
Right. It's pretty racy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's racy and comfortable at the same time. It's a fast road bike.
Now, to be fair to Steve, on that day, I don't even think he knew I was coming into Curve Cycling. He definitely didn't think he was getting a camera shoved in his face, and he wasn't prepared for any questions that I was throwing at him. But what that did was, I took the Belgie Air away thinking I had a bike that was perhaps in the same fast road bike category as, say, the Specialized Tarmac S-Works. I was thinking crits, out of the saddle, fast bunch riding, aerodynamics, wind tunnels. I really have been quite brainwashed recently. Now, while this bike is still fast, and to be fair, it's been ridden in probably the most well-regarded road race here in Australia, the Australian Men's Nationals titles, if I was to summarise this road bike, I would say it's an all-round road bike with a lot of character. And I really started to understand this machine when we went on a long journey together and when we started to go off-road. The titanium feel on the road is really indescribable in comparison to carbon and alloy. It's silky and smooth, but you also feel the road the way it was intended to be felt. Now, that may sound a little bit oxymoronic, but when I ride carbon fiber road bikes, to me, they often feel a little bit fabricated, like it's not a true feeling you're getting between the road, the bike, and the rider. Titanium and the road just get along really well, and the comfort and unity between the road and the rider makes you feel like you can ride this bike all day long. You take down the crits in the morning and race, then take it off on an adventure deep into the Victorian country, riding on trails, over mountain passes, and on your way home, scoot along the bike path. So this bike right here is really well suited to pretty much any terrain, and the tyre clearance gives you that extra layer of agility. It's just an all-round beast. Having said that, if you were, say, just a crit pig, you loved criteriums and nothing else, or you just love smashing the gravel and pretty much nothing else, then there are probably better bikes on the market suited to your needs. But most riders these days, or many riders, they want something that's a bit more well-rounded, something that they can potentially race on, something that they can go on the gravel with, adventure with, and this bike is going to tick a lot of those boxes. Blending into the riding experience is the visual experience with the Belgie Air, and there are small little details everywhere on this road bike. If you get up close, there's TLC all over the frame. There's also partnerships with other well-respected brands, and there's craftsmanship. Building a quality titanium frame with a lifetime warranty requires precision and wisdom, and Curve Cycling have certainly done a great job. So clearly there is a lot more going on here in comparison to your typical mainstream brands. And I wanted to use that as a segue into the last part of this review, and that is the Curve Cycling brand. When I think about the different boutique and custom bike brands here in Australia, and it's certainly a growing segment, and I think about the way they position and brand themselves, to me, Curve Cycling do it the best. Their community, their staff, their social media sharing, it makes you feel like when you buy a Curve bike, you're not just buying a bike and walking away. You've entered into a rare and unique cycling culture that will positively impact your riding journey and make you feel like you're a part of something special. So don't just hear that from me. What I wanted to do to finish off this review was actually chat with some Curve Cycling customers to see what they feel about being part of the Curve Cycling family. What do you think of being part of the community?
I love it because they're supportive of my wacky ideas.
I feel this emotional connect with it. I've never felt an emotional connect with a bicycle before.
Yeah, okay, wow.
And you guys to be someone who said that's a bike's a bike.
Yeah.
But a Curve Belgie Spirit's not just a bike.
Seriously, the wheels are bulletproof.
Right.
They just, you have so much confidence on carbon wheels when they're these wheels.
Right. What about the titanium bike?
But you know the marketing? Yeah, it's more comfortable, it's this, it's that. And I thought, yeah, it's a load of crap, but it's really comfortable. I mean, I raced 15,000 Ks this year and I've ridden 29,000 so far. And it is comfortable.
Well, for me, what is important is like the rapport to people. To be able to speak to somebody, to share the passion, to hear the stories. Because, you know, the product is available. Everything, you can buy everything online, which is obviously the trend today. But I think the human element is still something which is very important. And that really came across when I met the team.
Guess what he's going to go and take on? Indian Pacific wheel race.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah. I've got a bit of training today.
This man's no stranger to crazy adventures. Tell them what you did in a boat. Listen
That's
to
right.
this.
I 12 years ago, I tried to cross the Atlantic in a rowing boat. I was out there for 6 weeks.
Wow.
Got capsized by a 10-meter wave.
10-meter wave.
The boat got smashed up, and I had to wait for a oil tanker to rescue me. And,
Just to put that into perspective, 10 meters.
yeah.
From there to there.
Yeah. So
Imagine that coming at you.
So I've been living life a bit kind of easy since then, but now the Indy Pack is my next foray into.
The people you meet at Curve Cycling.
I know. There's so many.
Yeah, I like it. That's sort of, it's good. It's not too mainstream. It's you know, but it's open. It's open to mainstream. But yeah, we all come along and have a good time.
And I must say, it doesn't matter if you've got $5 or 10,000. Everyone's welcome. They don't discriminate or anything. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone's welcome.
Put a tattoo. I used to say my body's a temple. Now I
You
say.
gonna show us? Come on, you gotta show us.
Yeah, I used to say my body's a temple, but you know now it's just a trophy.
We're not going to see the Holy Grail, are we?
No.
Okay, you didn't got a tattoo.
No, because some of the tattoos are too large, mate. So I did 7 peaks, did Perth to Sydney, did the IPWR 2017.
Wow.
And the TCR is down there.
We're getting pretty low, aren't we?
Yeah.
The adventure side. Find the adventure within yourself. And the Curve bike is the platform in which you can find the adventure. You don't have to be someone who's going to win the Indy Pack. It's just about riding your bike and discovering what's in front of you. Here's my book, Power of the Pedal.
Yeah, going to show us?
The story of Australian cycling.
Yeah, okay, launching it tonight.
Launching it tonight.